where the ones that your friends and cohorts might use. You want to use the ones where the pros are, and so you'll want to go to Rockville, LinkedIn, Twitter.
I've seen a lot of web designers. I was reading a magazine that a lot of them are going to WordPress. Really in there as well. Like
it's a quick way to put a website out and have new content on a regular basis. So WordPress is really popular, probably one of the most popular blogging platforms out there.
I've seen that in a lot of web
We like
designers.
to use it for the web club.
Oh, really?
From what I'm seeing even with my graduate work that I'm doing at San Francisco Academy of Art, you're like, especially now with the content management systems popping up now, now you can just start making a web page and there's a program that will make it for you. You know what I mean? So get your name out there and get on all these systems where you're known. Also, too, another thing, like I'm on one content management system where I also do photography. I'm, as I said, jack of all trades, master of none. And if web design's not profitable, then I'm doing photography. If photography's not profitable, I'm typing up stuff. You know what I mean? You got to keep moving and getting out there. And design anything. Like even when I'm in, when you're working on your designs, even in being a word processor here at the school, I design syllabi on pieces of paper. And I put it in my own, it's not just wording and stuff. I put in pictures. I started incorporating my art into it. And you got to constantly keep modular with this because now, like web design is now becoming like knowing how to answer a phone, like knowing how to drive a car. It's not going to be, and I'm like when I came here today, I was hoping I could be able to express this, but this as a trade, it's not becoming a trade anymore. Everyone can type now. Everyone can make a web page on Facebook. So just having this in your back pocket makes you modular from what, like Veronica, because she's bilingual and she knows how to do graphics and she knows how to do this, she made herself marketable. But what made her marketable too was the fact that she had another trade that helped you out. So, like, learn how to type. You know what I mean? Learn how to incorporate your art because the days of the raw web designer, it's kind of ending.
The specialization phase is over.
Yeah.
And every module that you take to add to, that's a way to start.
Right.
Get into web design, get a website. Add a module to it, add telecommunications, add video, add sound, add photography, whatever your area of expertise is.
Because I work with a lot. I do photography too. I've had many calls for photo shoots.
Add it. Follow your passion.
I'm a music
Each one of those
producer.
modules will make you more marketable.
Right.
And I do graphics. I do posters.
And see, you mentioned the DJing stuff, right? So that again, right there, now we're dealing with digital media. So I know that DJs are now working. Like I know you can like run a whole DJ booth on an iPad now. You can actually just kind of do your mixing right on an iPad.
Yeah.
And there's guys that do that. So see, it's all about like being flexible to do a lot of digital stuff.
Right.
I'm actually now going back into my C programming, my Object-C. I'm going into that. You know what I mean? So it's always keeping modular, and you can be able to work that every angle. And also too, work your education. Don't just stop at an AA. Go on to that BA. You know, the AA's, it's not going to get you much. I'm getting a master's now. I'm thinking about going into a PhD program. Keep pushing it. Okay, work harder. You know, like my wife, I don't have kids. So my wife knows better. She knows her place. I work every day. And you know, people laugh at that, but you know what? Welcome to the world of competition because besides you, there's more people who are competing for the same job you want. So to outbeat them, you have to work harder.
Right.
That's why I don't have kids. My wife knows her place. My work comes first. She comes second. And it's kind of rude, but welcome to competition. And if you're going to survive in the private market, that's exactly how you're going to be. You kind of have to push it. I know it's kind of rude, but you kind of, it's business.
Let's be happy, right?
Yeah. Follow your passion. Follow it, and it'll pay off.
Right.
One more thing to actually get yourself out there will really help, especially when you're applying for a different type of job. A lot of job employers these days are asking for an online portfolio.
Yep.
Online portfolio consists of all of your best work, all your best images, your most creative, your best movies, any video games you ever made, anything that you've made that you consider perfect. That should be a game, a movie, anything. Just put an online portfolio, keep it on your desktop, and then when they ask, can you describe an online portfolio for us to observe? You put it up there, then they can actually see all of your design. That's a better chance of getting a job.
So even if you just make yourself a template that's not even for your site, that's been created, like say, create
anything.
Just ready.
Like my portfolio that I have that's online and my online stuff, it has everything that I've done when I was even an undergraduate. All my, like, forgive my language, my shitty websites that I made. You know what I mean? It has everything, so they can see the progression of what you've done. You know what I mean? So if you have that, and they can see, wow, look at all the graphic stuff you've done. Even little programs that I've made on a flyer. Boom, upload it. If it looks good, I feel good about it, and I want to advertise it, boom, you get it out there.
He's right, it's a body of work
Exactly.
that shows that you're not a couch potato.
Exactly.
You've been doing something. You've got this to show and that to show, and that's what you want to do.
Right now I'm
That's
working
why
on
you want
like 4 or
to
5
keep it
websites
all
at a time.
together.
It's long.
Have it organized, keep it on the web, make your website now.
Now, you're saying you're swamped, right?
Right.
Oh, sure.
I'm doing it by
FYI,
myself.
be careful of that.
Yeah.
Because you may be, oh, I'll do this website, I'll do this website, I'll do this website, and then all of a sudden you're inundated, and you have clients going, where's my work?
Right.
Hence, you're going to screw yourself in the end, because what will happen is that you're going to develop that bad reputation. I went to this guy and he didn't complete my job. So see, it's a fine balance.
Call the web club, you'll have help.
Yeah, exactly.
Your colleagues will help.
You call buddies to back you up. You know what I mean? There's sometimes I was working on a project, I called 3 of my buddies and we're working on a project together. We all shared the wealth, you know? So it's about pushing yourselves and pushing your limits, seeing how far you can go with that.
And there's always
There's another pro right there, Tom Buskevich. That's another pro you want to talk to.
Come on down.
Come on down.
Actually, on my way. There's plenty of expertise on that category.
There's more of us.
He's actually our teacher. He was actually our teacher. And so, yeah, Tom Buskevich is another pro out there. So see, that's what I mean. You're in a system right now where everyone's learning it, okay? Some people are learning it more than others. Some people are taking graphics and web design more towards the program. I'm going more towards education.
If I can interrupt. Yeah, I think there was another question also. Someone else
Yeah.
wanted to talk at the same time.
Yes.
My question is, what are the essential scripting tools for web design?
One of them is JavaScript.
JavaScript is a big one because a lot of the Web 2.0 stuff that's coming out of the like Flickr and Google Docs and all that, it uses JavaScript, it uses the cutting edge stuff, the CSS3, HTML, some generation of web stuff. So JavaScript, PHP, you hear a lot about SQL and Ruby. That's Ruby on Rails. Just a lot of these buzzwords, and I think JavaScript would be a really good foundation to have.
There are class, JavaScript classes?
I think they're...
Yeah, I was in one for 2 years.
Do you remember the number?
It's up in the 240s, I believe.
Also too, with your Flash program, I'm also a certified Flash programmer. Flash, with the action scripting, is JavaScript. So basically, if you're going to go onto the back end side of programming, then get the foundations of programming. So, like, have you ever taken a C class before, or C++ or anything like that? Java? No? Get your foundations in that first, and also to have the JavaScript.
Are you working with,
Yeah.
is the Flash working with ActionScript 3.0 or 2.0?
It's 3.0.
3.0 now? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of 2.0 stuff. I haven't
Yeah.
done 3.0 much.
There you go.
Well, that's Victor's area.
It's not even close to
That's Victor's area. CIS 126 is
Helps you control
advanced
what you
Flash
do.
with ActionScript.
Yeah, but
It's
ask
in
for a lot of
summer,
that.
and it's a heck of a class. It's a blast.
Regarding the question, what I recommend too is to take HTML. That's like the very start. And it's really helpful because if you don't have Dreamweaver and you're stuck at a job, you need to learn how to read HTML. And like it might be just the basics, but it helps a lot.
Actually, when I work with web pages, I always dive into my HTML. I studied that back in the 90s, right? And when you like I don't even work on like especially with Blackboard, a lot of content management systems, they give you a Java text, you put in your text, and it makes your web page for you, a Java text editor. So, but I just dive into it, and I get into the code all the time, and that's where I can manipulate stuff right there. For some reason, I always love going back to that because you have much more control. So having that back-end programming just helps you out with so much more.
Yeah, that's what I realized when you're working with Dreamweaver, you have both. You can have the code. So it's always great to have them split because you can see what you're changing.
That's a way to learn it yourself. You know, like Dreamweaver does something for you with a nice button, sure. But then look at what the code did, and then you can apply it. You can learn it in that way as well.
Yeah.
I've been doing that for a while. I like just clicking something and see what it takes you, and you learn about different headings or different
like reverse engineering.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I would say. You know, with all of this computer stuff, don't be afraid to experiment. There's always Control Z. There's always undo.
Yeah.
So it didn't work.
Exactly. I've done that.
Just take it back. I'll tell you that. Just keep exploring and playing with it.
I had an instructor once who said, if you don't know the code and you want to use it in your website, don't call it copy, but repurpose basically. And that's a good way of learning it, is basically getting other people's code and using it yourself and manipulating it. Perfect if you don't know how to do it.
Yeah, because you're allowed to do that on websites. You can
Right
click and view source.
Yeah. There's all this stuff that's out there on the internet. If you just surf, you'll be able to find it, and then you'll be able to learn from it too. Like when I got into Flash programming, I learned it on my own, and it was like, oh wow, this is really cool. And there's stuff out there that I picked up, and I got into that, and I got into the back end of it. So, just as I said before, follow your passion. If you love it so much, you'll follow it. If this is just a fly-by-night thing, walk away, find another career, because you'll get wrapped up in it. You know what I mean? But you'll get wrapped up and you'll enjoy it. But if you're just doing this just to find a job, find another job, because it'll inundate you. So.
Because I got here the same way I think Veronica did with graphic design.
Right.
That's where I started.
You start graphic design, you have to go.
Yeah, you have to go further.
You kind of have
You can't
to,
just stop. Right.
Because you do both. I mean, you do web, studying the web, you have to.
And graphics
be
apply
visual
straight to the
and
web.
see.
And that's one reason why it's the best job in the world, too.
Right.
Right brain, and it applies to every industry. So
And everyone
you're never
knows
dull.
that.
You're never dull moment again.
As I stated before.
Have a question?
Oh.
Yeah, I did. For someone like me, I don't have any art background and stuff. How much art classes and what type of art classes, if any, or did you just learn by looking when you were doing web designing and what works?
But you like code more than graphics? That's good. I mean, if you like code, then you don't really need any graphics because you'll find somebody that does the graphics for you.
There's a lot of resources out there too if you follow like graphic designers or web design houses on Twitter and stuff. They're always putting out 50 free icons, 50 free social media, 200 textures.
Do you take any art classes?
It's always useful, just like we've all been saying about the more you know. So if you take